up, guys? This is Chris with T3 Medias, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on in Disney, and there's some exciting things happening. This is episode 45. I'm just going to keep it short. We got Mike here, Michael Chu from the Michael Chu channel, and we just want to give like our little thoughts on what's going on. As you know, people have been upset lately about whitewashing and Oscars so white and things like that. You know, well, the reason being is not that people don't know that there are a lot of talent out there. It's just Hollywood is so money driven that they always go with the safe bets. You got your Tom Hanks and your Cruises and whatnot, and you want to keep going where the money is. And people, when they want to gravitate towards a certain audience, especially if they want their core audience to be in America first and then they're thinking overseas second, you play it safe. And even in a movie like The Great Wall, you're going to focus around Matt Damon, which people can look at as an insult and whatnot. But that's just the fact that the reason why there's not that many people in Hollywood and why there's no diversity, we feel like there's no diversity, is not because you didn't see great performances and whatnot. There's been arguments that like maybe Will Smith's concussion should have been in there and whatnot. But there was a lot of movies out there where characters that were given to seasoned actors and vets, Oscar winners and whatnot, that could have gone to these upcoming new guys of different races, colors, creed, all these backgrounds and whatnot. And sometimes we just don't take a chance on them because they don't want to take the risk of giving a big movie franchise to an unknown. And that's a financial calculation and whatnot. It's not that anybody is like that prejudiced or that racist or nothing like that. You got sometimes 9 times out of 10, the money is what's more important. I'm telling you, if all the major studios were owned by the most hardcore racist people you ever heard of, and I still walked into their office and said, I know you don't like me because of obvious reasons, but this script, I've already seen the future. I'm a soothsayer. I've already seen it. I just came back from the future. I have a flux capacitor and a DeLorean. I just came from the future. This is the script that's going to be the #1 movie of all time. And it has an all-black cast or an all-Asian cast or an all this cast and all that, whatever. No white people at all in it. And it's going to make you like $3 billion domestically and like $5 billion worldwide. It doesn't matter what he feels about me as a person. You can hate my guts and curse me out all he wants. He's going to produce that movie. If I could guarantee, nobody can guarantee something like that, but if I could, no white people at all, not even the cameraman is white. I mean, nobody, it wouldn't matter how much he hated me. If I put that much money in his pocket, he'd let me marry his daughter, just the way it is. So, but these opportunities they whiz by people because people are afraid to take the risk. And I'm glad that this is starting to change. Now with the Ghost in the Shell coming out and it just started it up again. That's an Asian anime-based adaptation, and you got Scarlett Johansson playing the star. Now, I love Scarlett Johansson. I think now she's a dear friend of mine. I love her like a sister. But Scarlett Johansson should not have been cast to play this movie. Now, if the movie makes crazy money, I have to eat my words because they took the risk, they took the hit, they made the money, and everybody's got to shut up. Now, and the controversy is never going to go away because it's there, and it's going to be there when the movie comes out. It's going to be there well after the movie comes out. So that's done. What's done is done. You can't go back now. You've already started screening. You already started advertising. You got to go forward. And it could cash out. It could pay off, or it could flop. Only time will tell. Now with Disney's Mulan. Now I also heard that John Woo was asked to do the directing, and that would have been awesome. Life of Pi and what he's done, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Visually, this movie would have been awesome. And if you don't know that much about Mulan, it's a movie about a girl in China, and China is under attack by their enemies, and men are only allowed to be in the army to defend, to help and fight for China. But she's the only girl, and she pretends to be a boy, and later, you can pretty much, if you haven't seen the movie, you can pretty much figure out what probably happened after that. It's Disney. Now with Disney knocking it out the box with their film adaptations and just crushing it lately, and Lion King coming soon, can't wait for that. Disney announced that, yeah, this is going to be an all Asian. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, you can't make a Martin Luther King movie and have Tom Hanks playing Martin Luther King. He's just not going. You just not going to do it. So if you're going to do a Mulan movie, oh my! If I would have saw Matt Damon's ass walking around like singing with Mulan, I would have been pissed. But it's not happening. They're getting an all Asian cast, Asian director. They're going for it. Now, you might think to yourself, this is Disney being forward thinkers and moving, you know, and it's helping us change the game and helping us as a country in America, North America here, become more comfortable with a non-all-white or at least starring white, you know, cast or whatever. And you might think that, but at the same time, it just would be dumb for Mulan. Just like my Martin Luther King, that's like making a movie about Mandela and then having the guy playing Mandela, you know, I don't know, Tom Hanks again. I'm just gonna keep saying Tom Hanks, but it just makes sense. I mean, we're talking about ancient China. I mean, you're not gonna figure out, you know, how to get Liam Neeson in there, man. You're just not gonna do it. Even as the villain, you're just not gonna do it. So it makes sense because I mean that's what the story. That is the story. You're not gonna M. Night Shyamalan Last Airbender this thing. You're not gonna do that. You better not. You should not. And after seeing what happened with the Airbender movie, you probably figured you can't because it's just too sensitive. You can kind of get away with it in Ghost in the Shell because it really doesn't. I mean, what she is and whatnot, it doesn't really specify. You got a little wiggle room there. Fine. Scarlett Johansson, she's very beautiful. But Mulan, this is important. I feel like this could be an epic move for them. And I'm very excited about it. And not only do I think it's the right thing to do, I think it's going to pay off big time. If this movie does what I think it should do, what Beauty and the Beast looks like it's going to do, what hopefully The Little Mermaid, and I'm really curious on how they handle that, how they're going to handle the water effects and whatnot, what that movie could do. Mulan could become Disney's highest grossing film adaptation of one of their Disney classics of all time. It could beat Jungle Book. It could beat it financially, I mean. But we all know when The Lion King drops, it's over. They do that film right. That Mufasa scene, it's over. That's going to become their biggest grossing movie. But I feel like Mulan might keep the title. I might be wrong about that Lion King. I think Mulan has the potential to be just an epic juggernaut of a release and a box office kingpin. Well, that's my opinion on that subject. I'm going to pass the mic to my friend Michael Chu from the Michael Chu channel. Mike, what do you think? Give me your quick thoughts about everything going on with Disney's Mulan film adaptation.
Alright, thanks for that. Basically, you know what? Mulan, this whole debacle with Mulan, as a Chinese American, I can't in good conscience say that it'd be okay for them to whitewash this movie, and thank God they're not. Disney is going the right approach with this. They did it with Moana, the movie about the Samoan culture. They cast The Rock, and then they picked an unknown Samoan young girl to do the voice of the main character. And I'm happy that what they're doing with this live-action Mulan movie, so far we have an all-Chinese cast, what the rumor is, or I don't know if it's factual. It seems factual right now. That we're going to have an all-Chinese cast, which is great. As long as we don't have another thing like, you know, Exodus, Gods and Kings, or Gods of Egypt, something like that, all will be okay. And I have full faith in Disney that they will do a great job with this movie. Mulan is an awesome movie already by itself, and this live-action movie should be just as good. So I'm really looking forward to it. Anyway, back to you, Chris.
All right, guys. I appreciate you for taking the time to listen to us talk about these things. Give us your thoughts. What do you think about the Mulan film adaptation with Disney? You think this is the beginning of something big? You think this is just once in a blue moon? Comment. Always send us your comments You can tweet us at T3 Medias. You can also hit us up on Facebook. Or we like to read your comments here as well. What else do you think we should be talking about? What should be the topic of conversation next week? What film are you looking forward to? And what film do you think is just going to be a disaster? Let us know. Hit the like button if you like this video. And as always,